The title drop of the intro, the pulsating beep of the alert. The ominous hum starts to apply its weight on you as you take control of an electronic payload in the shape of a supercar. Made for speed, made for flight, and made to be a sick-ass music visualizer. Distance is an arcade platformer, racing game made to test your skills in driving and air control. A game made by the folks at Reflex Studios and music done by Jordan Hemingway and the Quackles. Now, to be honest, I don't have much racing game experience, let alone the one that is a platformer to boot. I've played games like Wipeout 64 on, the Nintendo 64, Pacer, and as well as the Forza series, but none of those are really platformers. This game is definitely something else in this racing category, and still manages to satisfy that racing itch I have. There are a couple of ways to play Distance. There is the normal flat screen method, and the virtual reality. Both are very fun to play in their own right, but if you're a person that gets motion sick, then I would definitely strive away from the VR set, because it can get chaotic, and I mean extremely chaotic. What Distance is a skill-based game. There are obstacles to avoid, twists and turns, gravity to consider, and knowing when to long jump and short hop. All the skills that are gained over time playing this game. For myself though, I played this game while learning on the drive and playing with one of my viewers. So I really had to learn on the go. It was just straight up pick up the game, play multiplayer without knowing what the controls are. And to be honest, it was a little chaotic doing that, and definitely was a lot of fun. But luckily for me, I had a bunch of nice Twitch viewers giving me advice from time to time how to play the game, as well as information. But this is generally not the case when you play this game for the first time. The adventure story set will provide all the tools you need to understand this game, as well as the mechanics that you need to master. The game starts off with unlimited abilities. As the levels progress though, you will gain new different abilities and learn how to use them. An example would be learning how to fly or doing the short jumps. By the time you finish the first story mission, you should have all the basics to the mechanics of the game, and you'll be ready for the next. The way that Reflex Studios has introduced these mechanics is excellent and well executed in preparing you for the other challenges that this game has to offer. By no means as this game is easy though. You will die a lot, and died way too many times to be honest. It was a little crazy. Now, when it comes to the virtual reality of this game, holy crap, is this game super fucking awesome. Like, you're literally in the first person position of that vehicle. It does make the game 10 times harder. It is chaotic. Like, that's how I want to put it. Like, this game is super chaotic in first person, as much as it's super cool. Like, holy crap. It does have a few issues when it comes to the VR side of the house that the flat screen side, when you're in the first person mode, doesn't really suffer from. One of them, it's hard to tell where your gravity is. You have to actually look down and take a look at your panel to kind of have an idea where the gravity is. And two, getting a good idea what's going on the head of the track. Sometimes I have no idea if I'm gonna have to do a long jump or a short jump, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. So I died a lot more for like the silliest of reasons. Now, the potential solution for the first problem is if they had like a slight turn to where your gravity is, so it's just like, oh, okay, gravity's this way. Like, to give you an idea that you're feeling gravity. Maybe it might cause more issues by doing that. I'm not really sure. As for two, it's a little hard to say. To be honest, even on the flat screen side, I was dying a lot also, and that was due to my own skill cap issues. And yeah, about that, it's a very skill-based game, and you definitely have to get used to it so that you can get better. But overall, as much as the game frustrates me, like seriously, it frustrated me. I was bitching the whole time the way through it. Mostly because, again, that skill issue right there, and just getting familiar with the tracks. Like, I wasn't really familiar with the tracks at all. But both the VR and the flat screen are awesome. If you practice it and you get better and better, you'll be killing those tracks like it's nothing. Now, looking at the other aspects of the game, I would say that Distance is also a good looking game and a really good sounding game. The style is very much space/future city drives. That's kind of like Pacer. Pacer's got that more futuristic city like, which is super cool, and so does Distance. But unlike Pacer though, you get to see that this place is starting to get broken and torn, especially through the adventure series that you play through to learn this game. And it is a really good aesthetic, and it's amazing to see that some of the portions of the worlds react to your music, and when you see that the story it presents is like some of the coolest visual effects that there is. There's parts of it where where you get the sense of very brooding and have a sense of weight and pressure being applied upon you because of the gravity of the situation, right? And then there's other parts where it's just bumping, it's just going, it's going. You're like, you know what, this music rocks, I'm fucking going fast. Now, granted, if you don't like the music, you don't have to really listen to it because they do put the options in there to play your own music files. So you can play Beethoven if you want to, which would be kind of an interesting drive, but the story of Distance is very subjective. Now, I don't want to dive too much into the details of the story, to be honest. There are a few cutscenes in this game to give a general idea of what is happening and what is the purpose of driving the supercar. But overall, it's like really what you want to interpret it. In addition, I wouldn't say that the story is the major point of this game at all. The game focus is more on the gameplay itself and how you can improve on the tracks to get faster and faster. Additionally, there are other game modes and community-made maps to explore and try out than just the story mode. There are some that will challenge you, especially with air control, and just float with the air control. That map was a pain, but the mechanics of the game was the main focus, and the replayability of it is where they wanted to focus on and for you to improve and get those skills. And for the story mode, it's more of just like the base visuals to interpret and to enjoy the visuals that the game has to offer that the developers wanted to show. To be honest, like overall, Distance is a very solid game, and I don't have any strong complaints about it. Besides that, well, the VR portion is a little harder to grasp and a pain in the ass to drive in because you can't really see what's up ahead. Personally, I'd give this game out of 10 boxes. Like, I don't have any issues with it, and very much recommend it to others, especially when it's on sale. Like, oh my gosh, this game is a good arcade racer, and it helps that racing itch that you might have if you really feel like just doing a casual drive and not have a realistic racer. All it makes you really want to do is perfect tracks and get faster and faster and figure out different ways to maybe even skip portions of the tracks. It's cool. It is very much a skill-based game, and I enjoy just driving, listening to the beat, and watching the world react, as well as the car just being a general synthesizer. And on top of it, there's community maps. If you feel like it, you can even make your own driving map to suffer on your own track. There is a lot of tools to keep this game being more and more replayable. It is insane. This game is very replayable, and the mechanics are solid. With that being said, I want to give a special thanks to technologicalerrorz for recommending this game. They were the ones that told me about it, and I was like, okay, alright, I'll give it a try, and pulled the band-aid and tried the game out. It was phenomenal. I really enjoyed racing with technologicalerrorz, and I hope that we race more down the line. Additionally, I want to give special thanks to Sidewinder, Fang, as well as Omni for additional details about the game, as well as tips while driving it, especially like respawning or jumping to certain areas that I wasn't getting it, and a little bit of the compliments. I really appreciate it. Thank you. But my last thanks I want to give, I think viewers like you. It has been a lot of fun making these videos for you folks, and also playing games on live stream at Twitch TV/BlarghDragon. It's really fun and to interact with you folks. I love the interaction with you folks, and I really like the fact that some of you really enjoy these videos, and I hope to keep making more for you folks. Now, I just want to say seriously, thank you. It means a lot. And I hope that you guys take my advice and give Distance a try, especially when it goes on sale. Seriously, get this game, give it a try. If not, then complain at me on this video. I want to hear what your thoughts are. So please, come back, interact, give a like, subscribe, whatever. Blarg out.
See, this can't be a real electric vehicle because if it was, you'd stop halfway through for a software update.
Musky Wusky, why would you software update me? Oh no!
Please cease.
There are 3 different scenarios to drive through it. I don't quite remember offhand what the name is, and I'm gonna cut this part out. No, what the fuck? Are you,